Thank you. Wow, what an honor it is to be here. Thank you. I'm very privileged to be in front of a crowd as intelligent as y'all. You know, it took a lot of sleepless nights for me to stand here today, so I can't wait to go home and put on my slippers, man. I'd like to dedicate this speech to my mom and dad, my beloved grandparents, my family and friends, and all those who stood by my side through my ups and downs. I'd also like to thank TEDxUlaanbaatar and his organizers who have invited me here today, and thank you for believing that my story was worth sharing. You know, we're also lucky to be spending this day the way that we are, so luxuriously in this grand hall. You know, there are a lot of people that can't afford this, so all I'm trying to say is that we shouldn't take this for granted, y'all. So here goes my 15 minutes of fame. I want to talk about the rapid changes we're seeing in our community today. We're starting to open up to the arts, modern technology, and a set of new ways to do everything. The streets are being filled with colorful paintings and murals, all done by talented artists with the permission of the City Council, which I think is very cool and very awesome. It's very progressive. Skateboarding is the same. We take a piece of wood, some turning contraptions, and a set of wheels, and turn it into art, self-expression, and accept the streets as a part of our own. Any city that encourages street art within is the definition of a modern city. Yes, we're trailing behind, but just by a little bit. So here are some of the photos I'd like to show you. My friend Tushik, one of the best tattoo artists that I've ever met. You guys should definitely check him out. Work in progress. Yeah. We can say this is the beginning chapter of street art cultivating here in Mongolia. So I'm the president of the Mongolian Uukhai Skateboarding Association. Our main goal is to form a very close bond with the people, the kids, and to be known as a strong contributing member of our community. We've been teaching the art of skateboarding to the Mongolian public for over a year now, and I must say our journey has been a very wild one. When I take a look outside, I always notice first the kids who are disbanded, who are seeking a sense of belonging in the community, but have no idea on where to start, because I was once like them. I'm happy to say that skateboarding has truly saved me. It has given me the tools and the fine details to live a good and humble life. I knew it could do the same for others because it's not just a fun thing to do, but it keeps you moving in one direction only, which is forward. The feeling of freedom when skating down a hill at top speed is unmatchable. Not unless you're having a baby or winning the lottery, I imagine. The skateboarding community has exploded in numbers over the past year, and it still manages to hold that family-like relationship within. If you take a look at all the kids that I've taught over the past year, you'll see what I saw on my first day. I felt like Rocky Balboa when he entered Apollo Creed's old gym and took a look at all the upcoming fighters into their eyes. And the eye of the tiger is what it was called. They're all looking for an opportunity to earn their keep. Just a random kid from the street who should have been a nobody is now a happy, energetic skateboarding artist. So here are some photos of our family, the originators and godfathers of skateboarding in Mongolia, and co-founders of Uukhai NGO. This photo was taken at the Street Art Tattoo Festival last year, and we could say this first group was the first ones that really started to believe in us and followed in our footsteps. This was taken June 21st, 2013, and this one in 2014. For Go Skateboarding Day is June 21st. June 21st is Go Skateboarding Day. And it is a day celebrating only skateboarding, and the whole idea is to skate from dusk till dawn with the best of friends. Now, let me tell you where my love for skateboarding comes from. When I moved to my new home in Queens, New York City, I met this young fellow by the name of Albert Morgado. He was 11 years old, and I was probably 14 or 15 or so. Him and his friends were just some punk kids skating on the block, and eventually I introduced myself to them and found that he lived in the building across the street from mine. I frequently noticed that his knuckles were scabbed and torn, and his eyes were black and blue from fighting. I always heard his mom calling his name with a remorseful tone, telling him to please come home. He turned out to be heavy into drugs and alcohol, and an active member of the Bloods gang. So the more I got to know him, the more I knew he needed help. I was just a kid as well, but I knew the power that stood behind skateboarding. So I started to take him with me everywhere that I went to skate. On our downtime, I would preach to him day in and day out about recognizing himself, his talents, his skills, and take a good, clear look at the bigger picture, which was his life. He was learning at an incredibly fast pace and showed some serious potential. Oh, it's working? Oh, whoa, back. This is Albert doing a kickflip down a set of stairs. Hey, he can jump, he's got a pop. For those of you that don't know what a kickflip is, it's when you pop the board into the air. Use your front foot to flip the board 360 degrees, catch it, and land on the board on the ground, which is not very easy to do. He quit skating now, but has taken up a career as a mixed martial artist. He's in great shape, he's undefeated, and he works full-time to help his mom with the rent. But most importantly, knows which direction he wants to go with full confidence. When I take a look back at the times me and him spent together, it always brings me a lot of joy knowing that I had a big impact on his life through skateboarding. So I knew I could do the same for others, other kids who just needed a little bit of guidance. My love for skateboarding comes from teaching and seeing a community that I helped build, grow and prosper and make the best of friends. And honestly, probably because I teach because I suck at skating myself. So here's a very beautiful photo. One of our, I guess, followers just enjoying having some fun. And this young man receiving a free board and free gift. I must say, through my NGO, we brought in 30 skateboards from the United States, and we handed it all out to kids who were interested. And I'm happy to say that every kid who received the board is still skating to this day. Skateboarding is not just a toy or just a sport. It integrates with everyday life decisions more than you can imagine. Because the failures tell stories of your success, and the determination defines the patience, and the pain polishes the humble mind. It teaches you to finish something you've started. I mean, what in life is easy? Yes, you'll try for hours and hours, days or even weeks just to land one single trick. But when you do land it, it'll be the most satisfying feeling in the world. I hope you can translate what I've learned from skateboarding into something you can learn in yours and pass it on. All it takes is just a little push, a little motivation, and a little belief. So wouldn't it be nice to have an indoor skate park for our kids to enjoy and do what they love during the long and cold winters? Here are some of the designs that we came up with. And the last two I just showed you, this park is actually being built next year. But I'd rather not tell you about it, because it's a surprise. When it opens, you'll be the first to know. I have this dream seeing a small child in Mongolia growing up skating and becoming so good that he turns professional and has sponsors like Nike or Adidas per se to back him up. Then he can do what he loves as a career and support his family at the same time. So we need to break free from this only me first, money-oriented nightmare of a cycle. We need to realize that we do not just live for ourselves, but for the future, the next generation, our children. Take a look around. That's what they're doing. Taking a look around, looking at you to see what you're going to do so that they can have an infrastructure to build on. If the people they look up to don't dedicate anything to them, guess what will happen? Because like a car, they have all the necessary gears and parts. There's a brain as a driver who doesn't know where to go, and a heart as an engine who doesn't know how fast or how slow to go. They're bound to crash. That's why it's our moral duty to always inspire and always nurture them until they're old enough to make the right decisions for their children and their future. There are so many talented and skilled people right here locally in UB, and they're amazing at whatever they choose to do. So we need to lift up our children and get them closer to their dreams and always ask them, why not you? What keeps any country from prospering is lack of unity. How can we work as one when we have no trust within ourselves to trust each other? And we're definitely not going to have a bright future without children with confidence and education. The only thing, and I cannot emphasize this enough, the only thing that stands in every child's way of becoming a better person is this belief. Please note that everything we do or say are being engraved onto the pages of history. Oh, forgot to show these slides. Just some skate parks in the United States. See, we Mongolians are beautiful people. We are hardworking, we are dedicated, and we have good hearts. Unfortunately, we can be misguided just a little too easily. The lovely lady, Anastasia Tituma Filatova, and my lovely grandmother initiated many projects that came to be instant landmarks in our community, all in the name of children, such as the Children's Park, Nadamdal International Children's Camp, the Wedding Palace, and much more all over the country. I like to follow in their footsteps and become a part of something that will live forever, never to be forgotten, and I think we should all too. If you're interested in becoming a part of our movement or simply know someone that wants to learn, we are here for you. All you need to do is reach out, and we will welcome you into our family. Skateboards are made of 7 layers of wood glued together. And as one unit, they're very hard to break. If the people from all 7 continents lived and worked and fought for each other, we wouldn't break down so easily either. So hello. My name is Eddie Purev, and I'm 22 years old. I'm a professional cook, and I've been skateboarding for 10 years, all over New York City and Italy. But now I'm here in my hometown, working closely with children who have the same interests as me. I've never been surrounded by so much talent in one place. It amazes me every single day. That's why it will not end here, because this is just the beginning. Because everywhere I go is home to me. This has been very humbling, and this has been a perspective of a skateboarder. Thank you.